Huh?
She knows there's not so many Qurans. She's wondering what
Can I show you? No? You won't let me show you?
10 different Qurans?
Yeah, do you know about the Qira'at? In Arabic, there's something called Qira'at.
That's the way of reading. That's the method of reading.
Yes, but it produces different readings, different meanings sometimes in the words. So in Al-Fatiha, the first surah, there's different Qira'at translated differently when it comes to the word master. So this is something called Bridges Foundation of the 10 Qira'at. It's an app you can get on your phone. And he translates the Arabic into English, but he also points out in the English where the red words are, means there's a different variant in the Arabic. So if we tap on this, it'll say the different Qira'at that actually read it not as master of the Day of Recompense, but rather as the king or the owner of the Day of Recompense.
Yeah, he is God. God is
Right. So there are. You could say they're both true, right? You could say that he's a master and an owner or a king.
Yes.
Right. But is there a difference between an owner and a king?
The king is higher.
I agree. Absolutely agree. A king is a very specific word, whereas an owner could refer to someone who just owns something, right?
Yeah.
Right.
But the king and the owner are the same thing.
Well, no, you just said one is higher.
If you're the king, yeah.
Yeah. So there is a difference,
one
right?
has a higher status. The
Yeah.
king owns the kingdom. It's the same
Yeah.
as owning the kingdom.
Right, but an owner isn't necessarily a king.
Yeah.
Right, so they are different. Shall I show you some more? We can go through this. Now, this is in your traditions, by the way. I'm not like, this isn't anything new. Muslims are becoming more honest about these things. So if I go to Surah 85, so the constellations Al-Buruj, I don't know how you pronounce it in Arabic. Al-Buruj, do you know how you pronounce it? Al-Buruj. So you see there, the word glorious. So let's read it here. Indeed, it is he who originates and reproduces, and he is the all-forgiving, the most loving, possessor of the throne, the glorious, doer of whatever he wants. Now if you type the glorious, it will tell us what the alternative is, according to some of the Qira'at. Because I think this is the Hafs Qira'at that we're reading at the moment. Your Quran is probably the Hafs Quran, the Hafs Qira'at, which is what 95% of most of the Qurans are. They take the Hafs reading.
He's basically saying, why is it that mad or sick can have two meanings? So that's what it makes sense. If someone says you're mad, it has two meanings, right? It means that you can be crazy or you can be good. Yeah, that's what he's basically trying to debate. That's it.
What I'm saying is,
It's a good question.
so think of it this way. Do you think it's fair to say that there are different variants? So if we can say in some Qira'at it says...
Variants of one word.
Yeah, so
One word.
so this one says possessor of the glory, possessor of the throne, the glorious. One says possessor of the glorious throne. So on one it says that Allah is glorious, and he has a throne. The other one says that Allah is the possessor of a glorious throne.
Which means the same thing.
No,
Yes, it
it's
does.
not exactly the same, is it?
It is the same.
I mean, you can say both are true, but they aren't exactly the same.
They are the same.
Well, no, because one says Allah is glorious and he has a throne. The other one says that Allah is the possessor of a glorious throne.
No, he said both of them are saying that he is the possessor of one
The throne is glorious and
Right.
he is glorious.
Exactly. So they are different. Those are two. You just said two different things there, right? But it's both, right?
It's both.
Right. But they are different. Allah is glorious and the throne is glorious. Those are two different things, but they can both be true.
Same things.
Yeah. So scholarship would say
He's
that
only saying that God is
these are the different
Quran.
Qira'at, and this would amount to a variant because they're different.
Same thing.
Now you could say they're both true, but there are different variants in the Quran, and they are called the 10 different Qira'at. And I would encourage you, if you want to go do some reading, to look into this, so that you yourself know about it. Don't fact check me. Don't just take my word for this. This comes from the Bridges Foundation. If you have a phone, you can go on the App Store, you can get it, and you can go through it, and you can read the About Me, and it'll tell you all about the Qira'at and how 30% of the Qira'at is a difference in meaning. Just something for you to think about. It's not true to say there's only one Quran. There's at least 10 Qurans.
There's only one Quran, but the translation is
Do you know about the Qira'at? No, the Qira'at. The different readings and recitations.
So there is a different way of pronunciation.
Right. But according to the Bridges Foundation, which is an Islamic foundation by Fadel Soliman, he does Islamic Dawah in America. He's made an app called the 10 Qira'at of the Holy Quran. And you can get the app. I'll show it you and give you a link to it if you want. And you can go through it, and he openly shows you where all the variants are in the Arabic. I'm Christian, yes.
Yeah.
So if we go,
How many Bible you've got?
why does that depend on whether this is true?
Yeah. You believe in the Bible?
Yes, but what does that change this?
Yeah, I'm just asking a question.
That's fine, and we can talk, and I will talk with you about that.
Yeah.
But I just want to show you this first, so you know about it, and then you can understand from that what that means, right? Because you want to know truth, right? If Allah is the truth, then you should not be afraid of the truth. That makes sense? Okay. So the idea of the Qira'at is that there are different readings, and there are 10 of them basically now.
Yeah.
So in this app, he translates it from Arabic into English, and he highlights in red.
You cannot translate, from
Yeah.
Arabic.
But he's pointing out where in the Arabic where the variation is.
Yeah, but do you know Arabic?
I don't myself know.
Yes.
But this is an Islamic scholar who does know Arabic, who does Islamic Dawah in America, the Bridges Foundation. So let's show you this one. So in Al-Fatiha, when it comes to the word master here, you can tap it and it's in red because it's a variant in the meaning. So we tap it and it'll tell you the different Qira'at that have it in different, that have it differently. Some have it as king or owner.
The meaning is the same. The meaning is the same.
If you're a owner, does that mean you're king?
You cannot translate some word in Arabic.
No, yeah, but my point is that they are different. In Arabic, they are different. There is not one Quran, there is 10, depending on which reading you go from.
I don't know where you get that from.
Islamic sources. Literally this one. I can get it from others as well. Okay, have a nice day. Hello.
I just want to see where you're
You look like quite a young man.
Yeah,
How old are you?
I'm 18.
You're 18, alright. So, do you know about the different Qira'at of the Quran?